Hi guys, welcome back to Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today I want to share with you something that I had won from Momenta. This is just a little prize pack, and the contest was over on Instagram. So when you come across those requests from me and others like me asking you to take a look at and maybe participate in a contest, this is to show you that yes, they are real. This is actually the second time that I've won on a contest, so I wanted to share with you what I got this time. This first off started off with a really nice cardstock paper pack. This has got some really pretty watercolor type of design with a lot of foil, and that's just a quick flip through, let you see some of those papers. And these are big. These are each 8.5 by 11 sheets, so they are pretty good size. You can get quite a few cards out of each of these, or use them for other types of projects. If, unlike me, you don't have a problem cutting into something that is just so pretty. That is one of my biggest problems when it comes to my massive stash of paper packs. So I am working on using them more often in my crafting. So you should see some more of that coming up before too long. So aren't those just so gorgeous? I love the foil. So there's that one. And then there was this second smaller pack. It looks like it's 5 by 7, and these are cardstock mats. I think it's originally designed for scrapbooking, but these would work great as mats for your cards. And there's a lot of pretty designs in here. I like the hearts. And the scribbles, that's cool, and the butterflies. So anyway, I have used a couple pages out of that, and there's 4 of each of the designs in there, which that is kind of cool. Usually paper packs only have 2 of each, if that. So, and then they sent me 3 different die sets. This one is, as you can see, a lot of foods. We've got ice cream cones, donuts, pizza, and pretzels. Then we've got these honeybees with a honey stick. I don't know what that thing's called, but anyway, we've got that. We've got a couple of bees. We've got the hive, honeycomb, and some flowers. And then we've got this one that is a bicycle, a sentiment, oh happy day, flowers and butterflies and birds, and that is just so super cute. And then they also sent me a set of water brushes. This is in primary colors, and there's an extra, it's like an extra top. Anyway, I don't know exactly how that part works, but I will be trying these out. And this, it says it's a bonus fine tip. Oh, that's kind of neat. So they come with a regular medium tip, but then there's a fine tip that you can use with the barrels as well. So that is really, really cool. I do have to give these a try. They're from Brea, Reese, and I have not tried that brand yet. So that is my little mini haul from Momenta. I'll be creating something using these products before long, and I will share that with you. Okay, I lied. I decided to go ahead and make a card using one of these and include it in this video. So what I started working on, and I actually started working on this yesterday, sorry about that, is I decided to go ahead and go with this cute bicycle. What I envisioned was shiny red, and I do have some shiny red cardstock, so I cut this guy out. Okay, now you can see him better. So I cut him out actually a couple of different times. First I cut out this, using this die, I cut out the red bicycle, and then I cut out just the wheeled portions and then trimmed along the edges. I also did black for the bicycle seat and the pedal, and then used some brown cardstock to do the basket. I thought that was pretty cute. This set does come with a bunch of flowers and things, but I decided, especially since my video recently on making embellishments, I've got a ton of little flowers. So I think I'm going to use some of the flowers on this card. So I decided on one of the pattern papers in the watercolor with foil set that I showed you a little earlier in this video. And I think this is just so pretty. I can't really see all of that shine too well, but This is already foiled, and it's given me some ideas for attempting to make my own like that, because it is just so pretty. So I think I'm going to have the bike over here, and then add some of the flowers that I have already created from, you know, making embellishments and extra cutouts. Like these flowers are from a card that I did earlier, and about a month or so ago. I've got a bunch of die cuts here, either ones that I did or someone else helped me with, and these are the little flowers that I did in my previous video. I've got some white, I've got some punch outs. These I don't think would go good. These are just cut out from a couple paper packs. And then I've got all of these where I've got a die cut to make 3D ones, and I attempted to make some of those. And then of course I've got some of the gems. This is not all of the flowers I've got some packed up and stored in different iris cases that I still need to go through once I get my storage area complete, so that'll be good. So I have to decide which flowers I think would go best on this. Don't know that I like these because they're a bit too big compared to the bicycle. The bicycle doesn't have quite that much dimension. White might go well, but I'm still unsure on that. Let's see what we've got in this little bag. So I've got a bunch of these big ones that other folks have given me. So I could try some of those. I don't think the colors quite go with the bike. Not sure on that. Don't like those. That probably needs to make an additional flower on its own, just different layers. Well, as you can see, I am not real good with the flowers, which is one reason why I have so many little flowers that I need to put on cards somewhere. What I think may work better is just picking out some different colors of cardstock and cutting these guys out. So I will try that, and I will be back in a minute. I decided to do the die cutting here at my desk using my Spellbinders Prizm. It's a tiny little die cutting machine, and I was having some trouble with the dies staying in place, so I pulled out something that I had ordered by mistake, which was a couple of magnetic shims for my Gemini Junior. These are actually for the Gemini Go, and I don't have that, so I thought, you know, let me see if I can get them to fit in my Prizm. Turns out that the plates and everything are slightly narrower, so I am just trimming that magnetic sheet down. Now, this is an experiment, and if all goes well, I think I'm going to start creating my own magnetic shims for my Gemini Junior as well. The ones that I bought myself personally with the grids and all, then it looks really awesome, but they are a little expensive, and I'm having some issues with one of mine right now because my die cutting is basically messing up the magnetic shim. So let's give this a shot and see how it goes. Okay, so there is a bunch of these little guys. Die cut out. And let's see what I can do with them. Okay, and now I'm going to look through the sentiments that I've got that I had packed up a while back too, to see if there's anything I want to use on this one, or I can make a new one. This is one of the new habits I'm trying to get into, is using up what I've already got. If I've got, I have a tendency to either stamp or die cut extras every time I do something. So I can use those. I like this sentiment, but I don't like the color, so it wouldn't be this cream would not really go good with that card, unless I did it on a, excuse me, unless I did it, of course, on another, on a cream cardstock card base. But this one might work, especially if I backed it in silver. So let's see what that looks like. I actually got 2 of these. So we've got Hey Girl, It's Been Forever. And we've got Here's a Huge Hug. Now, since there are flowers on this, it would probably go well with a girl theme, but I think I'm going to put it on with Here's a Huge Hug instead. Okay, so here is a piece of silver mirror paper. It's not actually cardstock, but I think that'll work well. So let me go ahead and adhere that on. And then I'm going to use my paper trimmer. One thing that I've noticed on this specific paper trimmer is that the distance between the guard and the blade is about 1/8 of an inch, and I really like that tiny bit of a matting. So I use that on a lot of my cards. You see that I did that pretty much on this one too, even though I did do it a little crooked, but anyway. The easiest way I found to do that is I line up my die cut that is on my mat, and then I'll just use my fingernail to line it up with the edge. And as long as you're pulling the guard all the way in, it'll be straight. Now if you pull it partially, because it does move, so if you have the front or the top up and the bottom down, you're going to have a crooked cut. But if you pull the whole thing over, and yes, I learned that from trial and error because I made a lot of mistakes on it. You see that that is right at, it's actually a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch. But I think it works out absolutely perfect. I use it on a lot of my cards, and it makes my card making go a lot faster because I don't even have to think about how big my mat's going to be, because it always turns out right at that small amount. And there we go. So I can put that up here, and I think I'm going to add a couple of flowers to that too. So let me first add some adhesive to the back of that. Put that down and try to keep it straight. And you probably have already noticed that this edge and this edge are not completely equal, but that's okay, it still works. I think I'm going to put, yeah, I think over on this side will look good. And since this has got so much shine with the foil, there's really no reason to put any extra gems or anything on there. I think it works out pretty good. I'm gonna put a couple of these little guys on here too. Although I'm not real thrilled with the placement of these, I think it still looks pretty good. I also usually try to just do 3, but I'm not really liking where this one went. So let's see, can I move it? Okay, great, I can move it. And I think that looks pretty good. And I'll put a couple of little flowers down here. And I'm debating whether or not to add any of the petals that came from inside this style of die cut anywhere. I've got a bunch of those little drop shapes. So I think I'm going to put this leaf down here. Okay, so I think that has enough. I need to stop. That is one of my biggest problems too. And then I just need to add that to a card base, and the card is all done. Thank you guys for dropping in and watching with me as I shared a couple of the products that I got from Momenta. I do really love this bicycle, and I'm gonna have to practice with the flowers because those turned out pretty cute too. Thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful crafty day. Remember, if I can make it, you can too.